Black Widow in Marvel Rivals is a sniper that does a lot of damage, and while that is somewhat what she does in the comics, there is still so much more stuff that you can adapt. In the comics and movies, she's seen fighting enemies in close range far more than long range. She's a super intelligent spy that can handle whatever is thrown at her and adapt to situations super fast. So in this video, I'm going to pitch an idea for a possible rework to her kit that better adapts who she is. But before we start, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my previous video in this series where I proposed a rework to Moon Knight. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, like I did for my Moon Knight video, what I really wanted to establish first is who she is as a character and what her personality is, and then go into making her kit. So I had to read up, on Black Widow myself because I'm not really a Black Widow reader when it comes to comics. So I had to do a little bit of research. I didn't have too much time to read, tons and tons of stuff. So if you guys have stuff to recommend, please feel free to leave it down below. But this is kind of what I gathered here, that she's a highly intelligent and strategic character. She's not just, an offensive spy that likes to fight. She's also super smart. She is a great tactician in combat. She's calm, she's cold, and very calculated. And she's also pretty secretive. She's pretty mysterious as well when it comes to relationships. And she has a wide arsenal. She can handle pretty much any kind of gun that she has in her hand. She can fight in multiple fighting styles. She's deadly from long range as she is in close range. So this is mostly the energy that I kind of gathered from the stuff that I researched. So with all that in mind, let's get on to what I came up with. So first of all, I'm keeping Black Widow a duelist character. I'm not changing her class, and she's also staying at 250 HP. I want her to be a duelist that can sabotage the enemy team and play tricks on them, or also give intel to her team due to her spy skills. So first, let's go through her primary fire. She now has a double twin pistol for her primary. They're both semi-automatic and they have a medium fire rate. They don't do too much damage from range. They do a little bit more from close range and decent damage from medium range. But that's not to say that the sniper rifle is completely gone, because it is now her secondary weapon. She can switch between these two. But I'm making it so the sniper rifle isn't just about the damage now. I am reducing the damage of the sniper rifle, but I'm adding a new feature where if you successfully hit a character with a headshot, you will now be able to tag them and see them for the next 3 seconds, regardless of if they go behind a wall or any kind of structure at all. And that little outline in the enemy character will also be shared to your teammates, so you can give them that information as well. But as I said, she's still supposed to be quite proficient at melee combat, so that's why her melee attack is going to be a rapid combo with her batons. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3 very quick hit combo that does a decent amount of damage as well, similar to what we already have, but I would maybe amp the damage by a little bit. Now, for her right click ability, I decided to make it Widow Bites, and this is a weapon that she uses a lot, not only in the movies but in the comics, so I felt like I just had to include this here. So I'm making it so it's on her right click, and once you shoot it, it acts as a medium range weapon. So if you fire over a long range, it'll kind of just disappear. It only works in medium range, and if it hits an enemy, it deals a slow damage over time and reduces their movement speed for 2 seconds. As you would imagine, it will also help a lot when hitting your shots with either the dual pistols or the sniper rifle, and it can also help in case you're being chased down by somebody. You can just look towards them, shoot, they get slowed, and you get to run away. Now, for the next ability on the F key, I like to call it Smoke and Mirrors. With this ability, she will throw a smoke bomb on the map that creates a medium-sized smoke bomb, and on the inside, for the next 5 seconds, Black Widow is going to be invisible inside the zone. Unless she's either hit by something or shooting someone herself, she will remain invisible. Now, with this ability, I was able to integrate more of her stealth tactics, right? After all, she is a super spy. And it also keeps the main idea of versatility, because with this being in her kit now, she's able to use it offensively, when she's going into the enemy team, or she's able to use it defensively in case she's being jumped by somebody. Now for her E ability, we have the Widow Grapple, and this is a weapon that I felt like I had to put in here. It's one of her most used gadgets. So I'm making it so she shoots a line to grapple to any structure or walls, but if you grapple to the ground, it instead acts as a short dash, similar to the Spider-Man web zip. When you press the swing button onto the ground and you just press it on Spider-Man, you just zip towards it. But with Widow, I would imagine it to be a little bit shorter range and not as much speed or momentum, because we still want to make Spider-Man feel special. We don't want to just straight up have the exact same physics. And when it comes to hitting actual structures and walls, I would imagine it to be closer to what Moon Knight has right now to his hook, maybe a little bit faster, but I feel like the speed that he has right now matches perfectly what I want for a Black Widow. Now on to the ultimate, the most important part. There's a lot of moving pieces here, so I'm just going to list what it does, and then after I'm done, I'm going to explain how it all kind of comes together. So for our ultimate, I call it the Infiltration Protocol, and there's a lot of things here, so let's begin. First of all, Black Widow is going to deploy a beacon in a desired location, and this beacon will create a big circle that for the next 8 seconds, every enemy inside this zone becomes hacked. While hacked, the enemy HUD elements like the ability cooldowns, the health bars, they all become scrambled. They can't tell what it is anymore. Enemy cooldowns are also increased by 1 to 2 seconds, and their audio is slightly distorted, meaning they hear fake footsteps and every single audio echoes and they can't really tell what is happening behind them or on the sides anymore. They're completely disoriented. And additionally, any ally inside the same area will move silently, no footstep noises at all. And they also gain partial stealth when not firing. Now what I mean by this partial stealth is something similar to the technology in the Predator movies. I'm going to show you an example on the screen right now where it's kind of like a camouflage more than just complete invisibility. So while they're not moving, they are a little bit invisible, but when they shoot or get hit with something, they are revealed. Now, I'm not a balance expert, so this might end up being a little bit too strong. So one thing that I thought of while making this video is if it turns out to be too strong, you can kind of make it similar to Rocket Ultimate, for example, where you can destroy it. So as long as your team focuses down on the beacon and all shoot at it really fast, maybe they can destroy that beacon and it's gone. The effects end earlier. So this is just something that I thought of right now as I'm voicing this. So just keep that in mind. I think it might work. I wanted to really find a way to make it so Black Widow could prove herself as the ultimate spy by physically sabotaging the enemy team while also keeping the theme of versatility, right? With this ability, she can, mess up the enemy team's coordination while also helping her own allies. After all, she does have great tactical abilities. She has a lot of stuff to offer her team as well. She's not just a purely offensive character. And I also really wanted to avoid ultimates that just boil down to doing a lot of damage, because that is currently what she has right now. It's just, a big splash of damage that happens to slow people a little bit. I wanted to make it a little bit more unique and have some cool features. Now, when it comes to team up abilities, there's quite a lot that we can do here. First of all, if you really wanted to, you could keep the Hawkeye ability as it is. I think it could still work. But one separate ability that I thought of for Hawkeye would be to give him the ability to also mark targets. So whenever Hawkeye hits somebody with his arrows for a short period of time, he can also track them through walls. That could be potentially interesting, or maybe too OP now that I'm thinking about it, so I don't know. You could give her maybe a team up with her sister if she ever happens to, come into the game, White Widow, Yelena Belova. Maybe she one day joins and we can give her a team up, or maybe with Bucky as well, since they have had a relationship in the past in the comics, or maybe Daredevil or Captain America. There's a lot of options when it comes to team ups. And as for skins, I do think she already has some really cool skins in the game. They've done some really great work for original skins. The white suit as well is one of my favorites, and it's already in game. But one suit that if I could choose, I would add it in the game right now for her would be her symbiote suit. It's called Sliver, and I think it looks super cool Maybe in a future symbiote themed season it could work, but this is the skin that I would pick for her right now if I could. But that's my reworked kit. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said before, my main goal was to make her a versatile duelist that can kind of adapt to however the game is going. She can choose from different weapons, she can help her team with her spy intel, and she can also just sabotage the enemy team and mess up their coordination. I thought it ended up being quite cool, so let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. Do you think maybe it's too OP and I lost my mind? Or maybe you have some other idea for her kit, or maybe you want me to do another one of these kind of videos for another character? Just let me know. I love discussing these kinds of things in the comments with you guys. And as always, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop that like button to tell me that you enjoyed it, to tell the algorithm that you enjoyed it. And this is it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video.